Hey guys, so I'm going to show you some of my favorite moments from my past interviews with Danny Garcia, Marcus Eddy, Brent Vaughn, and Rudy Kobe. And I want you watching the video right now to comment down your favorite moments from the interviews. You can win some awesome prizes like this Wichita Delt playing cards from his new documentary, Delt, all about Wichita. You can win it today. So comment down your favorite moments, and here's some of my favorite moments.
But you know,
I have any advice to anybody who wants to start Magic, who wants to be a part of Magic Forum, who wants to get on full list? I have any advice for any of that?
yes, work.
One word of advice.
That's it. Yeah, no, there's no other way to get there, right? Like if you talk to pilots talk about flight time, right?
Yeah.
How do you know if the pilot's good? Well, he's got 100,000 hours flight time. He's got 10,000 hours flight time. What that means is that he got in a plane, it went in the air, and he landed it, and he was alive.
Yeah. No
right?
problems.
Right? No problems. He made it from point A to point B and didn't die. That's how a pilot gets sort of airtime, right? Is to do point A to point B and not die. The exact same happens with Magic. You need to go do a show. You need to perform for people. You need to get out there and do it for real people in the real world. Because the longer your time you spend performing, the more time you spend in the air, the better you are at sort of dealing with those situations, right?
Yeah.
Because when the pilot's in the cockpit, sometimes things go wrong. But you never know that in the back. You know, when you're flying in a plane, you have no idea how many times something goes wrong with the pilot because his job is to fix it, and he can fix it because he's done it so often. So I think when people come to me and they say, oh, I want to start doing, you know, I'm 21 years old, I want to do Magic professionally. I just wrote this show, how much can I book it for? Who have you performed it for? Well, no one, but I think how much money can I get for it? It has no value right now. Without flight time, it has no value. So go volunteer to do it at the local old folks home or the local daycare or the local Red Cross, or, you know, go somewhere and do this show for real people a lot, as much. And even if it's not a show, even if it's a single trick, when people send me a trick and they go, oh, I think I want to publish this trick, and I see it and I can tell it's very new, like they made it on Tuesday and they're sending me this on Wednesday, my number one thing of advice would be go work it. Take that trick out and show it to real people. And you're going to immediately find out if it does work, if it doesn't work, and what needs to be changed or fixed. But you can only sort of understand what can go wrong in the air by getting the plane in the air, you know? So that's my bit of advice, is that you're going to learn way more from working 100 shows than you're going to get paying the Magic firm to come in and talk to you about your show, right? Yeah. If you do that show 100 times, it's going to get better. And what we do is sort of polish the show once it's in the air. We sort of show up and we see that the show's in the air and we say, okay, let's make it more aerodynamic, let's shift this, let's move this, let's make this more sellable. Maybe we just need to make it prettier when it lands, right? Yeah. Maybe we just need to advertise that it's never crashed. I don't know what, but we sort of get into that sort of mindset of fixing it once it's already been in the air a lot. But you just have to work. There's no shortcut.
Who this is Rudy Kobe, the coolest magician. So you have any advice?
Do I have any advice?
Magician starting out?
I don't know. You know, I would say the most important advice is just to be yourself. Be original. You know, learn as much as you can from other people. You know, learn all the kinds of magic. You know, sleight of hand, kid shows, doves, illusions, as much as you can. You know, read every book you can, and then once you know the rules, you can break the rules, and then try to be original. Bring more of yourself in your magic. I think that's really the secret. It's that simple.
I mean, you have a big YouTube channel, so do you have any advice I can offer YouTube because you're so successful already?
I think the best advice I could give anybody when they're doing YouTube is to start with integrity and keep that integrity. If you, this wasn't focused. If you do something you really don't want to do because you think it's going to get you more views, it can hurt you. It can help you short term, but it can hurt you long term. So stick to what you believe. Don't be scared to say no, and just be honest. And I think that's the best advice I can give you.
Do you have any advice for those magicians who are just starting to perform? Like they just picked up a deck of cards, totally new at this, I just want to perform. My age, older than me, whatever.
Just advice on performing?
Yeah, advice on performing.
You know, I think the best advice is to go out there and perform. Yeah, you know. I mean, yes, it's cool to sit at home and practice in front of a mirror or from a camera just to get the mechanics down of what you're practicing, but you're not gonna understand the effect until you actually take it out into the real world. You know, there's been many times where and I've done this before, to where I create something and then for the first time I perform it in front of a crowd of people, and sometimes it nails, sometimes it crashes. You know, so I think the more times you actually perform it in front of people, you can even do your friends and family. Just get it out there. You don't have to do it in front of a paid gig in order to understand how this effect should work. In fact, you shouldn't do that, by the way. You should, once again, practice in front of friends and family over and over and over, so maybe they can give you tips on what they like about it, what they don't like about it, before you actually take it to a paid audience. And so that means when you're ready to take it to a paid audience, then they're going to see the best version of what you perform.
Yeah, that's great advice. So what would you do if you weren't a magician?
What would I do if I wasn't a magician? Oh man. Oh, what would I do if I wasn't a magician? Probably cry for a while. Is this like an overnight thing? Is that what happens? Just tomorrow I wake up and I'm not, or is this like if I never became a magician?
Never thought of it.
Oh man. I don't know. I really don't know. I really like maybe marketing or design. You know what? I would just something in a creative field. That's what I would want. I just want like just a creative field. Anything in creativity. So whatever that is, it doesn't. I just would want to do something in creativity. That's what I would want to. Yeah. Great. That's the answer. That is it. Ding.